The law of attraction is kind of like a GPS in a car. You can't just put in the information and expect to get there. You also have to take action. So you put in the destination, and then you have to drive the car and take action, and you might get a flat tire, and you might drive through some bad weather, and it might slow you down. And you might run into traffic. But when you put that information into the GPS, you know that you will arrive at your destination, but you don't know exactly when. That's a great metaphor for the law of attraction. No matter what your desires are or what you want to attain, you can use the law of attraction to reach those goals. It's a universal law like gravity. It's based on quantum science. So it's not some pie in the sky, wish for it and it's going to happen. It's way more than just hoping and wishing. Einstein said that everything is energy. And that's not just physical objects. It's also our thoughts and emotions. When we align our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions to match the vibration of the desire that we want, of the person that we want to be, including the right people, the right circumstances, and the right situations that need to occur in order for us to reach our desired outcome. So when our beliefs, emotions, and intentions align with our desires, it sends a strong magnetic and energetic signal to the quantum field and starts bringing those desires and wants to us. So you may ask, how do I align myself? If we wake up each day and get our minds right and set clear intentions with an elevated emotion and live and act and be the person who already has attained those desires that you want, you will draw them to you and you will bring the right circumstances to you for them to occur. It's really helpful if right after you wake up in the morning, right before you go to sleep at night, you visualize the things that you want already happening. Picture yourself where you want to be. Picture yourself with the people you want to be, the people you want to be with. Picture the amount of money that you have, being able to do the things that you want to do. That will draw those things to you. Your mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and the 3D reality that we live in. So when you set your mind on attaining those goals, your prefrontal cortex actually starts looking for ways to make those things happen. You'll start noticing things that you wouldn't even notice before once you set your mind right. The reason doing this when you first wake up and right before you go to bed is because the brain waves that we have right before we go to bed and right after we wake up. We go from alpha to theta to delta when we're going to sleep, and we go from delta to theta to alpha when we're waking up. And these states, especially alpha and theta, because delta is actually when you're in a deep sleep. Alpha and theta are actually portals to our subconscious mind. And when we start thinking thoughts and visualizing things at those moments when we're in that brainwave state, we can actually change our subconscious minds and reprogram our subconscious minds to believe that we can get things that we used to think were impossible, to be the person that we wanted to be, that we can actually change the way we act, the way we think, the way we behave. It's life changing. And the reason it's important to reprogram our subconscious mind is because we run off our subconscious mind 95% of the day. 95% of the day, we're like on autopilot. We know how to do certain things. You don't have to think when you're driving. You don't have to think when you wake up in the morning to go get a cup of coffee. When you go to work, you've probably been working, unless it's a new job, but you've probably been working there long enough that you can just go through the motions. And you're just on autopilot. You're getting things done. And we're not really using our conscious mind hardly ever. 5% of the day we use our conscious mind. 95% of the day we're running off old programs that were put in us in our childhood from the third trimester until we're 7 years old. We record everything everybody says to us, all the situations that happen to us, And normally we focus on the bad ones because we live in survival mode and our brain tries to help us to survive. So our brain is more attached to negative things to warn us, hey, watch out for that, because it wants to help us survive. And it thinks that we're going to get in trouble or things aren't going to work out or we're going to be cut off from the tribe if we don't live up to the expectations others have for us. And that's just not true anymore. A good example of the 95 to 5% ratio is you can set your mind to say, well, your conscious mind, you can go, you know what, I'm tired of eating junk food, while I'm watching TV at night, I'm putting on some weight. But when you sit down and you're used to doing that, your subconscious mind will start throwing thoughts of what you want to eat. It'll start making you uncomfortable. It'll almost like haunt you until you give in and go back to the old ways and go, all right, hell with it. I'm going to go get some ice cream. And that's what our subconscious mind does. It seeks for the familiar because it wants us to feel safe and comfortable. Back to everything is energy. Even the earth runs off of a pulse. It's the Schulman resonance energy. Animals, plants, wind, water, everything. Everything's energy. God is like the ultimate scientist, the ultimate mathematician. He has put systems and laws in place in this universe. And not just gravity, but he's also put the law of attraction in place. Nothing is solid. Even a wall or a desk has atoms and molecules that are moving around. We can't see them, but they are. We were taught that back when we were in school. So nothing is solid, even though to our eyes it appears that they are. We only see 0.05% of everything around us. There is so much that we can't see. And God gave us those limitations because we'd probably lose our mind if we actually saw what's actually all around us. We see less than 1%. Take that in and think about that. That's crazy, but it's true. So we need to learn to trust in the unknown, trust in the unseen. That is having faith. That's what God asks of us, to trust in Him. And trusting in the unknown is trusting in God. All right, well, thanks for watching. I appreciate you.